Hello, my name is Lando King. If you see me out in the street, you can still call me Lando King. And here's an outpour of my story. Basically, my coming out story was, somewhat simple. I've always been, into the arts. I've always been into, fashion. I've always been into, I would say, feminine things. So I really didn't have a coming out story, but basically everybody around me that surrounded me knew that I was basically, who I am today. So I don't really have a, interesting coming out story. So, well, I will say this: my mom and my auntie, they alluded to the question. They sat me in the car. We was on the way to church one day, and then my aunt, I think my mom was scared to ask me if I was gay. So my auntie, she just said that she was just like, Lando, are you dating guys? Are you still interested in girls? And I denied it. I was scared to say it because, I was in the car with my mom. If I was in the car just with my auntie, I probably would have came out sooner than when I came out. But yeah, basically it terrified me when she asked me, and I was just like, you know what, I have to tell them sooner or later. So then once I got home and I wrote it on a piece of paper. I was like, Mom, the answer to the question that you guys asked me earlier is yes. I put it on her dresser, and I left it in there for her to read. And then she came to my room later on that night. She was just like, I love you, baby. I already knew. So I was born in Trenton, New Jersey, where, I was partially raised out. My mom, we moved to North Carolina. I stayed there for about 6 or 7 years, and once I was 6 or 7, we moved to North Carolina, and then we stayed there for a numerous years of my teens. So I went to middle school and I went to high school in Thomasville, North Carolina, where I grew up, and where I created a name for myself. I got adjusted to the country life. North Carolina is a tad bit different from Trenton, New Jersey. Up north is everything is more faster, and then coming from moving down south, it was a experience to experience. My experience at North Carolina A&T was, I went there, to study. I wanted to be a dental hygienist. Once I went there, I tried to focus on, the studies, but I got caught up in the party life. And then I ended up dropping out the first year. The party life was just so overwhelming. Every night it was just like, I was going here, I was going there, I was going to a friend's house for a kickback, I was going to, a club, I was just coming in the house at, 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. I would never get tired. The lesson I got out of, the party life and, having the experience, to go to college at HBCU at that, it was, heartfelt because I wanted to go to college. Didn't know if I was gonna, fail out, drop out, or do anything like that. I wanted to study, dental. I wanted to be a dentist. But, the party life took over my life at that time, and I just couldn't handle it. So I had to sit down for a second and, collect my thoughts and just be like, Lando, what are you doing? What you want to do with your life? Once I dropped out of college and I moved into my own apartment, and I just had freedom. I had freedom to do anything that I wanted to do. I was loving it, and I was just like, I was tired of being in the small city. I knew I had, the mind to do bigger and better things. Once I moved to Greensboro, I was just like, I'm tired of the partying life. I'm tired of just, settling for less at the time. It's a small city. Really couldn't do anything. I knew I had bigger plans. So I was just like, I wanted to take a leap of faith to move to Atlanta. I had a brother who had recently moved to Atlanta before I did, maybe like a month or two before I did. And he was just like, brother, just come on down. I was just like, I don't know if I'm ready for that yet. I don't know if I can do that. But he was just like, step out on faith. It's the bigger city, it's a lot of opportunities out here. Come out here. So I took the chance, and I ended the lease. I cut out on my lease. Packed up my car, put all my clothes in my car, and I headed to Atlanta. Only had $400 in my pocket, So when I first moved to Atlanta, coming from, a small town called Thomasville, North Carolina, the city of Atlanta was just so big. I was just so overwhelmed. Like, dang, I can do this on this night. Every day of the week it was something to do. And I was just so overwhelmed that I was just like, dang, but I don't want to, be subjected to, the partying life again. I don't want to get stuck or, complacent. So I wanted to elevate, and I was like, what am I going to do? So I was like, I saw this web series that I wanted to, audition for, and it was called Mama's Boy. I said, I got to get active. Since I'm moving to Atlanta, I got to get active. Once I moved here, I auditioned for the role of Carmichael in Mama's Boy, and I got the role. And once I auditioned for that role, it was just like, it went up from there. I got the role, I started acting, and to believe it or not, that was my first acting gig ever. Once I started working with Mama's Boy, and it was a Mama's Boy TV network, it taught me a lot of things to where, I really didn't know anything at all. Acting, directing, nothing. In the beginning, I didn't know anything. So I was just, throwing myself out there. So I was just like, I want to try this out. Okay. So I tried it, and they were just like, okay, you're good, but, I want to see what you can do more. And then I pushed myself to the limits. Like I started taking acting classes. I got a hold of a network to where I started learning, behind the scenes. I started learning how to film, how to direct, and that pushed my career to, where I am today now, owning my own film company. The stereotype in Atlanta to where, the web stars are, having to take off their clothes and, just to be seen in a light, I experienced that firsthand. After I had finished, Mama's Boy, I had got connected with a production company, which I won't name, but I got, familiar with them, and it was subjected to, the actors having to take off their clothes. And, at that time, I didn't really know much, but I wanted to act. I wanted to, be in the highlights of the highlights. I wanted to be, where, I could go out and people would know who I was. So I did anything that I could at the time to be known. So I acted, and then the production company was pretty popular at the time. And I got well known from taking off my clothes. And in Atlanta, it's just, so cliche to where it was just happening everywhere. And I was just like, I really didn't want to be titled as, an actor to, I was just going to always take off my clothes. I wanted to be taken serious. I wanted my art to be known for something, other than just, I know he's going to take off his clothes. Or he's an actor, but I know he's going to, be titled as, a porn star, because that's what I got labeled as. I was labeled as a porn star because of the production company that I was affiliated with, and it became too much to where, I'm getting Instagram DMs, I'm getting phone calls, It got so bad to where my mom called me and she was just like, "Are you doing porn, son?" And I was just like, "No, I'm not doing porn, but I do, sex scenes." And that's what, at that time, it was paying my bills. At that time, I didn't have to work all the way from 2014 to 2017. I was with a production company that was paying me well, but I didn't have to work a 9 to 5. So I fell in love with that. So taking my clothes off was nothing. Once, I did it the first time, it was just like, okay, I can do it again. And it got the job done. See, at that time, I had already had my notoriety. I was already, getting booked for, for gigs, getting host, getting booked to host parties and stuff like that. At this time, I was at the prime of my, my element. So I was just like, I didn't need to do it anymore. And once I made that decision, I was just like, now you can take your career serious. Now you can, do what you need to do. Now you don't have to be looked at, as a sex symbol. So once I took that route, once I took that route, I just decided, I was just like, I don't want to be in front of the camera anymore. I want to write. And once I decided that, I was just like, I started writing. I was just like, I had different, panels of books of different things that I wanted to put together. And I was just like, I want to see if I can stretch out and create a film. So once I, stepped out on faith, I was just like, I want to see if I can put a cast together. And once I created that story, it made me who I am today. The title of my first feature film is titled Aspired. Aspired, giving it another shot. I titled it Aspired because, oftentimes, us as young African Americans, we grow up not having, hope. We grow up without having aspirations in life. We grow up without, having the promises that, that we're going to be okay. So I wanted to send a message out to our fellow brothers and sisters that, that we can be great too. I wanted to, send out a message that, we can do things as well. So basically the story is about 4 young individuals who has hope to become something in life. The results of my film was amazing. I've received so much great feedback from, Aspire. I had a premiere, and I didn't expect the turnout that it was. So many people came out, they came to support. They came and watched the film. And by the end of the night of my first premiere, I had 2 premieres. By the end of the night of the first premiere, I felt like I was in church. It was so crazy because the storyline is so deep. It tapped into people's, childhood, to where, different people didn't get, that loving from their father. Different people didn't get that loving from their mother. That's the storyline that came from Expired. And by the end of the night of my first premiere, I saw people down on their knees. I lied to you. Down on their knees like they were praying. And I felt like I was in church. If I had to give myself advice from what I know now to what I didn't know then, I would give myself, the encouragement to take my time. Life is a journey. Life is mesmerizable. It's something that you can, take your time and live with. I would say that I would do these things in the increments of taking my time to get to know what I need to know to execute what, I need to have done. I wouldn't rush what I've rushed back then. I would, I would have prayed more. I would have studied more. I would have listened more back then. I'm Lando King. This is my story, and I'm sticking to it.